I'm Shattuck FFA's reporter, Bella Herbert, and today we're back with another episode of Let's Talk About Ag. Today joining me is Leah Taylor, a very active member in the Shattuck FFA community, and today we'll eat some more Rafi's tacos while we taco about ag. Now, Leah, tell me a little bit about what all you're active in throughout our ag program.
So last year I was active in opening closing ceremonies with my team, and we made it all the way to state, and we did pretty good in that. And I'm also active in vet science, livestock judging, food science, and I show livestock, and I kind of just do a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you show goats,
Yes.
correct? Okay, so tell me a little bit about that. Like, how many goats do you have this year, and how long have you been doing that?
So this will be my third year showing, I believe, and I started showing 3 years ago, and I first had a doe because one of my friends raises goats, and she was like, I'll help you with it, and so we just got a goat from her, and it was just a good way to dip my toes into the water. And now this year I have 2 wethers, and I pretty much do I do all the work by myself. My parents don't help me. I get tons of help from ag teachers and whatnot, but at my house, that's what I do, and it's just a good activity for me to do after school.
Yeah, definitely keeps you busy.
Yes, definitely.
So your family used to have a pig breeding. They used to do pig breeding, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it like now to go from showing pigs and raising pigs to showing goats?
Well, it's a lot less smelly, I'll say that. Pigs do not smell good at all, and it's definitely been a big change because when we raised show pigs, we had about 30 sows, and they would all be having babies and litters at one time, and it was very stressful, and it was a very fun experience for me and my family, but it also was like a big responsibility, and raising livestock is a huge responsibility, and I've learned that over the years. Yeah.
So I know you're very active in vet science, and you guys have done a lot of competing, and that's definitely new for our ag program because this is like one of the years, and last year we started really getting and diving deep into CDE contests. Tell me a little bit about your vet science and what all you do.
So last year, Miss Abby came to me and she said, would you be interested in doing vet science? And I'd never really heard of vet science because it's just not, like, you hear of like floriculture and horticulture and ag mechanics, like those are like the main ones that you hear about. And I was like, yeah, I said, yeah, that'd be fun. I was like, what do we do? And she goes, well, there's all different kinds of things. Sometimes you have to like demonstrate how to wrap a dog's leg, like just different things. And I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. So she got me involved in it, and she got a team together, and we studied all the time because my whole team was in one class, and so we just studied that whole hour. And we did pretty good for our first year. We went to some competitions in Texas, and it was a really fun experience. It was definitely new, but I really enjoy it, and I'm going to do it again this year.
Awesome. That's great. It's really nice that we've started to expand our ag program and start doing more of those CDEs because that definitely opens up an opportunity for the kids that don't show livestock or don't weld or anything of those major areas. They can kind of explore what they like in different competitions and stuff like that. Leah, tell me a little bit about your opening and closing ceremonies. Like, what kind of experiences did you get throughout that whole process?
So when we went, what are they called? The competitions that are in Shattuck and the smaller ones, they are stressful, but they're not as big a deal as state, because if you make it to the finals during state, you have to go in the room, and all the teams that didn't make it to the finals are watching you, and there's judges and other ag teachers, and so all the pressure is on you. And opening closing ceremonies just kind of taught me just to get up in front of a stage, or get up on a stage in front of a bunch of people and just kind of do my thing and just like zone everybody out. And like, it's just taught me a lot about like teamwork, because that's definitely something you have to do as a team. And because if one person messes up, the whole team messes up, and it's not just all on one person, because one person messes up, we could all start messing up on our lines, and it's taught me a lot about teamwork and just like having trust in my teammates.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from whenever you talk about how one person can screw it up for everybody in just a moment of seconds. Whenever our team went, that was the year of COVID, and so we did really good. You know, we thought we had it down pat. Like, we were sharp, and you know, it came down to our competition that we host here every year at Shattuck, and we go into the stage, and I got up to the podium because I was the president to start everything off, and I froze. Like, I forgot my lines, and everybody knew that it was happening. And because of that, we got second, but I never forgot it, and we still made it to state, and we didn't qualify, like, we didn't make it to the final 8, but you know, we still worked our butts off, and that's something I know my senior class of girls that like competed that year, that's something we'll hold on to forever, because it's definitely a time that you get to spend the most bonding with your officer members. Leah, before we X off here, tell me a little bit, what do you think, like, life lesson wise, that you think you've learned throughout your FFA experience?
Honestly, the biggest one is responsibility, because Mr. Cullen could give me a speech, and last year, it was like a couple weeks before our first competition, and I'd never done a speech before, so I didn't realize how hard it would be to memorize 3 pages of a speech, and so I just kind of put it off, and I just didn't practice like I was supposed to and how he expected me to, and he really got on me about it, and I just realized that this is my responsibility, and then because then we went to the competition, I didn't do so good because I forgot, and I was mad at myself that I didn't win.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was your responsibility, you should have. And that's the same way in showing livestock too, because if you don't work your animals, they're not going to look the part for the judge, and then you won't end up winning. And it's just, it's a big responsibility thing. Agriculture it's really something you have to be responsible with, and for it to work out.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me today.
Yeah.
And as we close off here, we're going to finish up our Rothy's tacos. If you guys do not go there and get tacos, you should, because you're missing out. These are definitely as good as it gets around here in the Northwest area. So, yeah, thank you. And I guess we'll finish these tacos. Cheers.
Cheers.